One of the most effective need-fulfilling classroom activities is the class meeting. Class meetings can address procedural matters, address class-wide problems, or be open-ended and be used simply as an enjoyable need-fulfilling interlude. Class meetings satisfy students' need for belonging, as everyone is accepted as part of the same group. They meet students' needs for power, because what they say is listened to and appreciated. Class meetings meet students' needs for freedom because they allow students to express their thoughts and opinions. And because class meetings fulfill the first three needs, they are also an enjoyable activity. In this video, we visit a 5th grade classroom at Randall's Elementary School in Flint, Michigan. The class has been discussing self-control and how to deal with problems that may arise in school. Let's watch as teacher Stacy Robbins facilitates the class meeting.
My name is Stacy Robbins. I teach 5th grade at Randall's Elementary. And today what you're going to see is a class meeting. And we've been working on self-control as a whole class. We talked a couple weeks ago about self-control initially in a class meeting, and I allowed the kids actually to choose what they want to talk about today, knowing that this would be happening, and the majority of them wanted to revisit revisit self-control again. So that's what we've decided to work on today. We're going to revisit it and talk a little bit more and go a little bit deeper with it. Okay, we've been talking a lot in different class meetings about some topics, and today I want to continue on a topic that we already started. But before we begin, tell me one of the expectations for our class meetings. Brooke?
No side conversations.
Okay.
Use iMessages. Only talk when you have the ball.
Perfect. Thank you. We've been talking a lot about self-control, and I want to revisit that again today. We talked in the last meeting about self-control, and we kind of defined it, what it meant to us. Why it's important to be in control of our bodies and our mouths, right? Especially being 5th graders. So today what I want to do is we're going to start again with a whip. We're going to go around the circle. But I want you to think a little bit deeper about it this time. And what I want you to do is tell me about a time where you remember being out of self-control, okay? Where you lost your self-control. Maybe accidentally, maybe on purpose. What did that look like, okay? How did that make you feel? So try to think about, is there a time when I've lost self-control, whether on purpose or not on purpose?
I lost control when I got yelled at. I didn't really mean to.
What did it look like? Can you tell us?
I started hitting my brother, and then I started kicking my dad. I lost self-control when my brother let my $5 fly away and I started yelling at him. I lost self-control when my dad kept on calling my name when I was trying to watch my show. I lost self-control when my mom asked me to do something and I did, and then she got mad at me, so I went in my bedroom and screamed in my pillow.
You can pass and we can come back to you, Shayna, too.
I lost self-control when I got hit with a football in my head. I lost self-control when we were at one of these class meetings.
What happened? You tell me? Do you remember?
I was talking at churn,
Okay.
and I kept talking, and then he sent me on the hall. I lost self-control at a basketball game in the championship because he fouled me and I pushed him.
I lost self-control yesterday when my sister was bugging me about going to eat at Burger King. She couldn't stop talking and that.
I lost self-control when I was skating last night and my sister ran in front of me and knocked me down. And then I started yelling at her.
I lost self-control on purpose because we were playing a game, me and my cousin. I lost self-control when my brother got me real mad about something. I lost self-control when my brother was chasing me. I know I've lost self-control, I just can't think of it. Like, I don't.
A specific time.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I lost control one time at a soccer game, and this girl was pushing me, and so I elbowed her in the stomach back, and then I got home. I lost self-control last night because my sisters had a hard time getting out words, so when we were roller skating, she said that she had spent $1. I thought she said that she spent $12. That was all the money we had left, so I started yelling at her. And then she went over to Isabel's sister and started crying, and I didn't mean to.
I lost self-control when my brother said that if I beat a game on the computer for him, he would give me $10, and he never did.
I lost self-control when I was in a football game and they would block.
I lost self-control. My brother lost self-control and broke my glasses.
I lost self-control when my baby cousin was standing on my Xbox.
I lost self-control when I was playing football in a game and I lost.
I lost control when I was playing my game and I wouldn't block, and I got real mad and I threw the remote control, the game control.
I've lost self-control when I raced my dirt bike and I always got second.
I lost my self-control this morning because my sisters, they was getting on my nerves and keep yelling at me. For no reason. So they kept on pushing me.
I lost self-control when Sarah was annoying me. She just kept annoying me. So I started yelling at her, and then I hit her.
Your sister.
Sarah.
Okay. I lose self-control a lot when the cats threw up on my new carpet. And you guys know I've told those stories a lot because the tile's right there and they always have to throw up on the carpet. So I do sometimes say words I probably shouldn't. What I want you to think about is pretty much every single person, even Olivia said that she remembers a time losing self-control. I can't remember a specific one right now. But what were the consequences? Everybody can remember a time losing control. Nicole even said when she lost control, she'd step out of the room. So she lost the opportunity to be part of the community until she could handle it and come back in. So sometimes we lose self-control on purpose. Sometimes we lose self-control and something happens and our body's reacting to it. What are the consequences though? What are things that happen when you lose self-control? So think about the time you just shared and what kind of consequences go with that.
Punishment. When I started yelling at my brother said he wouldn't give me any more popsicles and I did.
Okay.
My consequence was that I had to sit out on the couch with my dad. My consequence was that I had to eventually do that or I would get big trouble and I would have to be grounded. But I never did.
What consequences can you think of, Shayna? And you don't have to give us a self-control if you don't remember, but what kind of consequences have you had happen when maybe you weren't in control of yourself? At school or at home?
I didn't get to share last time.
You can if you want.
I lost self-control when I was playing with my grandma's daycare kids, and they were chasing us around the house, and I hit my aunt in the cheek on accident, and we had to go sit down and watch TV.
So you lost that privilege, huh? Tisha?
Well, I was about to get the game, then she didn't get it.
So mom said no game?
Yep.
I had to go in the basement, and my sister, she had to stay upstairs.
So you got separated?
I got sent to the room and then they took the game out of it.
I got sent around the hallway. I ain't get nothing. Cause I was at the game. Then
Well-
he started pushing me. Then they had to kick him out the game, and I ain't get kicked out.
Did you get fouled though?
No. Yes, he fouled me.
So that's kind of a consequence too, right? So you had a
I got
foul
fouled.
in the game? Okay, so that would be your consequence, yeah?
My consequence was just going to bed so early, like at 5, 6 o'clock.
Well, my mom, I didn't really yell at her that bad, but nobody really knew about it. But she was mad at me and she came up and tripped me again. So, fell down again, I guess.
Well, we had to watch movies for the rest of the night. My mom yelled at me again, and I got 6 minutes. My mom yelled at me, and I had to sit down. Sometimes I lose self-control when I'm playing on my Wii, and I'm playing Mario Kart Racing, and like when I don't when I don't win, or when my brother's talking to me and I lose, I get mad at him, and then like he starts to he's mad at me, and my mom just like, okay, the game's going away, and I quit it. So that's kind of consequence. I have to stop. I got a foul on me, and then they got to kick the ball. I had that guilt feeling in my stomach because I made my sister cry. She kind of just cries to get attention, but like I still get that feeling because I made her cry. And then I went and said sorry to her, but she only talked to me for the rest of the night if she had a problem.
So sometimes your consequence you put on yourself. Is that what you're saying? So
No,
you really
I
didn't get in
always do.
trouble, it's just that you felt awful because it made her cry. You knew her feelings.
It's me and say it was my fault, so they didn't make him sign a contract.
I had to sit out the rest of the game.
And that hurts, doesn't it?
And it was only the first quarter.
I had to clean up my rabbit's stinky cage and mow the whole backyard. I went in my room. That's all.
My consequence was what I got grounded for a couple months, and it wasn't so good.
I got yelled at, then I got quiet. I turned off the game and read a book.
I didn't really get a consequence though for doing it.
But for you, you wanted first place. What did you end up with?
Second.
It's kind of its own, right? Yeah, in a way. Right?
My consequence is, my uncle said he's gonna snitch on me. So, I just said it because I hit my sisters because they was
So who would you tell? You tell mom?
Yeah, he's gonna tell my mom.
And then the consequence comes down. And sometimes knowing that uncle's going to tell mom is bad enough, right?
Yeah.
What Sarah wants to do is she likes to get attention, so she'll lie about it, make it even worse. So she's just putting it on top of it, so it makes me get even more trouble. So then I get grounded for 2 weeks.
I want to go back for a second to what Xandra said. You were talking about consequences and things that happen, okay? Anybody really like their consequence? No, not always, okay? Sometimes it's nice, like what Xandra was saying. He had trouble with the game, and then what did you do at the end? So you put it away, and what did you do? Read a book. What is that? What is that? What do we call that, Morgan?
Kind of like punishing yourself for what you did or fixing it.
Okay, fixing it. What do we call those things? When we're trying to fix something, even think about when we read. If I'm reading and I read a section and I don't know, I stop myself and I say, what did I just read? And it doesn't make sense. What do I do? Kind of, you go back and you reread, right? But when I do that, what do I call that? What do I call that if I'm trying to figure something out?
Try to calm yourself down.
Yeah, but those are strategies, aren't they? So you're talking about a strategy. Trying to calm yourself down is a strategy. When maybe you can feel yourself losing self-control, DeAndre shut off the game and went and read a book because he knew that continuing to play the game was going to make you even more mad. So he made a good choice by going and reading a book. That's a strategy. Calming yourself down. How do you calm yourself down?
I'll go to my room, throw my pillow, and then try to take a quick nap.
Okay. What else? Who else has strategies?
Okay. What I do when I get mad at my sister or she gets mad at me and I just get all like, feel like I want to blow or something, I just go in my room, search for a book up above my desk, or I just grab my notebook and write down feelings and try to make it into a story.
Okay.
Like in that situation, I kind of just took a deep breath, let it out, and then I was like, okay, it's my fault, and I just kind of played the game again.
I just lay on my bed and watch TV.
And what does that do to your body when you do that?
Calm me down.
Calm you down. Okay, and that's the key. That's what you want to try to do is calm yourself down. Others besides calming yourself down in some way, going into your room and calming yourself, getting out a book, what are some other ways, other strategies, other things you might do to try to regain your self-control?
I forget.
That's okay.
I go lay down on my couch and bring my rabbits in and let them crawl all over me.
Sometimes I go to my room and I play on my laptop until I'm all calmed down. Then I go back downstairs and I say sorry.
Okay, and you fix it in more ways than one. You calm yourself and then fix it. One thing I want you to think about is a lot of what we've heard is what happens at school, or what happens at home, right? When you kind of get out of control. Now there are times at school, and you can just give a thumbs up this happened to you. Maybe you've lost self-control at school. Anybody? Kind of, or never? Good, I do see a couple thumbs down. That's good, good for you. What happens if you do lose self-control at school? What are your options here? Because your bedroom's not necessarily here, right? Your swing set's not here. Okay, the couch isn't here to go sit on. Your TV to go watch in your bedroom's not available. So what are things we can do at school when you're getting that feeling of, oh no, my mouth is not in control, or my body's not, I'm not in control of it? What are things you have here? What are strategies that you can use here to calm yourself? I'm looking for someone I haven't heard from at all hardly today.
What I do is I ask you to go step in a hug
Okay.
and just calm down.
So give yourself almost like a timeout. Okay.
What I do is I practice the Take 3 method, is where you take 3 deep breaths and try to think of some things that could have gone worse, and then think about what you did. If you think about it, what you did, whether it's self-control, you didn't really need to do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You think I did the diagram or go use the diagrams?
Okay. So kind of like taking another time out too, so that Mrs. Ackman, the counselor, go to our guide room. Sure.
You could go, you could, if it's study hall, you could get a book and sit in a chair or read a book and stuff.
If you can go to guide and do work and stuff when Mrs. B hosts. Sorry.
What I do is I get a drink sometimes.
To help calm yourself. What I want you to think about too is I want to go around, I want you to think, and this time we're going to go back around again. If you don't have any ideas right now, you can always pass, don't forget. But I want you to think about in 2 marking periods, you are middle schoolers, okay? You will leave this building, remember, and you don't have one of me anymore. You have 6. Okay, so 6 different teachers, 6 different personalities, and you're going to have to learn those. And maybe there's going to be times where there's a whole bunch of different students with you, and your self-control might not be as easy to hang on to as it is here. Many of you have been here for a long time. Many of you know Mrs. Beholz really well. You know Mrs. Ackman really well. Some of you know me quite well, okay? Because before you were my students, I might have had different interactions with you on a different level. Some of you know Mrs. Haffage and Mrs. GB very well, okay? And those are places to go. So imagine it's the first week of school, second week of school, and you can feel yourself losing self-control. You no longer have people necessarily to go seek out and to find. And unfortunately, I can't go with you. So, what do you do then? What are things you do then? You can go that way, Rebecca, since you have the ball. And if you have an idea, share it. If you don't want to share, you're always welcome to pass.
Well, like Rachel, she has been there since, this is her 2nd year being there. So then she'll be in the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have 1 year with her, and then she's in the high school. So I could ask her for some help.
Okay, so go
If
find
she
her.
knew those teachers. Because like I remember one of these teachers, one of her 6th grade teachers, she helped grade tests because she was in advanced math.
Okay.
Her and her friend, they would help grade tests. So they know this.
So she had a place to go. So seeking out a teacher even.
Like they'd help her after school.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I got this book for Christmas. It's called Smart Girl's Guide to Starting Middle School, because I have no relatives that really went to middle school lately, I should say. They're all seniors or older, and but like I also take 3 baths, take 3, and then I get dizzy spells, so it takes a while for me to calm down when I get them.
Okay, but that's a great strategy that you already have, Kai, that you can use next year, right? And it's something you can use all on your own.
Are you allowed to have water bottles, like, in the room?
Some teachers do, some teachers don't.
Okay, well, if they let you, you can just take a drink of water and just, like, try to, like, listen to what the teacher's saying and not so much on what you did or how you're losing control, and just think about what would happen if you did that and how much you'd get in trouble and how bad it would be.
So thinking about the consequences helps you.
Especially, like, if you don't want to have a lot of homework or if you don't want to go to ISS.
Okay.
Well, another way to cool it down for a strategy is like use a fidget or anything.
Absolutely.
Or
Tell me what
maybe-
a fidget is. What's your fidget?
This,
Okay. And how do you use that to help calm you?
I just like playing with it, rolling it around.
Nigel?
You could talk to some people in your class, and if it's lunch, you might find one of us in this classroom.
Yeah, excellent. So going back to your same group and community, right? Because you all know yourself pretty well, especially through our class meetings. We've talked about a lot of different things, especially our morning meeting every day, right? A lot of connections there. So you can always go back and seek out the people that you know from this class. One thing I want to do is I want you to think about all the strategies we just talked about. And I think we need to find a way for ourselves to have a list of these strategies so we can look at them, okay? Because I heard some great strategies. Some of you shared some that I didn't know you were using, okay? I knew some of you had some that you were already using, but there's some different ones that are good. I really like Kylie's Take 3, because I think that's something everyone could easily do, especially when we've been talking about where's self-control the hardest for you guys right now. As a class, where do we have the most problem with self-control? Everybody. What have we been talking about a lot? Say it. Music. Okay? So maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe making a strategy poster. Could we do that?
Yeah.
Okay? Listing out our strategies. Who are our interior decorators in here? Okay, so maybe Nitya and Tyshawn would take on that task for us. Okay? And we brainstorm and put those strategies on a poster that maybe even could go with us. Maybe Mrs. Lackey would allow us to use it somehow.
In the next video, we'll see how John and a group of 7th grade students Use the behavior car analogy to teach choice theory concepts to other students.